Today, I'm going to be talking about what does the future workplace look like, and does face-to-face even matter? I'm delighted to have a conversation with Dr. Luciani, who is currently the head of corporate real estate for EY across 26 countries, and Paul is also a professor at the universities lecturing in regards to property. So nearly all of the conversations I've been having over the last couple of months with my contacts, everyone is saying that they are amazed how quickly their whole workforce has adjusted to completely working from home, and that the productivity and level of engagement is still there. So what I'm really keen to ask you is, coming out of COVID-19, does face-to-face matter, and why is it even still important?
Well, that's a great question. Many people are asking that question. At the moment, it doesn't seem like it does it? The good thing about COVID-19, it's taught the world that we can effectively run our operations remotely with the digital tools we have today. And that has been a real benefit from COVID-19. As a practitioner, I've been asking people to use digital technologies more and work remotely more than come to the office, and COVID-19 has done me a huge favour. But we're in danger if we rest on that's our future, because it's not our future. Face-to-face matters, and here are 3 reasons why face-to-face matters. Firstly, trust. It is very difficult to get trust digitally. I mean, you think about it, when you have a Zoom, for example, you've got 9 faces on a screen, all you can see is their face, maybe you see their background, most people blur their backgrounds out. You know, how can you trust that person? Yes, you can hear what they say, you can see what they do, but does it really elicit the trust that you get when you take the time and go there and see them? Whether it be across the road or whether it be in another country like me, you're actually communicating to that person that I'm trustworthy because I'm coming to see you. And it's just much easier to gain trust when you're in the presence of another person. So that would be the first thing that I'd say. And the second point that really matters with face-to-face is compatibility. I mean, you need to ask yourself the question, I might be compatible now, but am I compatible in the future? COVID-19 has been solved through digital technologies for the problems that we are facing right now. But is it relevant for future? I would say that technology cannot solve future problems. There still needs to be a level of human interaction to solve future problems. And that's a key. If you're not solving future problems, then you will run out of steam. You will solve current problems, and then when you hit the wall, and if your competitor is doing face-to-face, they will be ahead of you. So I would say that compatibility matters, because you can't gain compatibility digitally. Yes, you might be compatible on numbers, on the things you say, but is that true compatibility? If I go to another country, I can almost guarantee that there are levels of compatibility that just aren't there, that I need to work on, that I didn't know until I went there, and vice versa. And so I have, over the course of my career, invested the time and effort to go ascertain compatibility, solve that problem, and our future problems are much easier solvable by doing that. The third point is what I call mutuality. So just think about it. I'm gaining trust, I'm investing, I'm going to see someone. When I get there, I realise there's incompatibility. Could never have found that through digital. I'm there solving the compatibility problems. All of a sudden, new opportunities arose from that. So I might go there for problem A, but I've managed to solve 3 more problems there. Why? Because we've developed a mutuality, an opportunism that comes through by being there. First, I've built trust. Second, we've broken down the barriers of not being compatible. And now we're finding mutual benefit for one another. I've gone to a geography to solve one problem, uncovered 3 others, but solved them along the way. That's called mutuality, where both benefit from that. That is how industry works from the beginning of time to now. It's not about solving current problems, it's about the future. It's about creating benefit for all. And you can't do that while you're sitting in a chair looking at a screen. You have to go there, invest the time, be committed to them, change who you are and what you do, be compatible, and then reap the benefit of mutuality together. And you will build strong bonds for the future. You'll be miles ahead of your competitors that don't do that, and I wish you all well in that regard.
Great answer, Paul. Thanks so much. So another question that everyone is asking me, and I don't know the answer to, you're the best person to ask, is coming out of COVID-19, what does the future workplace look like?
Well, I mean, look, it's just a follow-on. And look, pre-COVID-19, I was an advocate for a mobile, flexible workforce that what I call have collisions with each other. People colliding with other people, mainly to solve problems, not just to warm a seat. So this was me pre-COVID-19. When this terrible pandemic hit, I saw behaviours in people that I've been longing to see, and that is defining their core business problem rather than focusing on the workplace. They would define, how are we going to survive in COVID-19? They had to look really hard at themselves. What is the problem we're trying to solve? Previously that wasn't there. Okay, we always have a problem. Let's just go to work and solve it. COVID-19 said you can't go to work anymore. What is the problem you're trying to solve? So, you know, human beings are very innovative when they have a need. And they were innovative. I mean, the world actually has fared reasonably well by looking within themselves and going, let's just solve the problem at hand. So in EY, we have clients, we need to solve their problems. And we have done quite well in solving problems remotely. So if the focus is now on solving problems, it's less on workplace. So the days of having large real estate portfolios so people can come and define problems are coming to an end. We're going to see more of a shared economy where you're solving problems by the individual. I've termed a phrase called the new workplace is the individual. It's the individual that has now become the workplace. We've baked in now digital, okay? That's part of who we are. We know its limits. I just spoke about its limits. What happens when we get back to work? We will not be warming seats any longer. Why? Not because we don't want to, because human beings like to sit down in a seat, this is my place. No, it's because the business says, no, it's far more effective to get up to solve a problem than it is to go to work. So the new workplace is the individual capable of going from digital through the shared economy, through the different ranges of workplaces that are now being developed out there, the third spaces, the client spaces, with the express aim of problem solving and not just going to work. That concept has been around and has been spruiked by professionals for the last 5 years. We've just had a major kick in uptake on that, and you will see that coming through more and more. And to me, that's exciting. COVID-19 was a terrible pandemic, there's no two ways about it, but we need to be optimistic, look to the future, and we need to learn from it. And so I'm really, really pleased that you asked me to give this interview. Really happy to share my thoughts on it. And I hope that everyone who watches this will understand that you are a problem solver and other people matter. It's not about the problem, it's about the problem being solved together. And we do that through a range of tools, digital and face-to-face.
Please keep your eye out for a future webinar with Paul around what the future workplace actually looks like, how we adopt some of those ideas if you're a small, medium or large organisation.